Hey everybody, welcome back. Another guitar day, another new guitar day review. And this is becoming commonplace. Once again, it is a Grote guitar. I'm going to stop with all the corny jokes about how to pronounce the name. As far as I'm concerned, I think it's Grote, and that's what I'm going with. So in any event, it's a Grote Tele style guitar. Hot off the presses. Just got this delivered to my door about 45 minutes ago from Amazon. Unboxed it, opened it up, tuned it up quickly, and here it is. So it's fresh out of the box. So why did I get another Tele? Yet another Tele. So first off, Grote makes a bunch of these Tele style guitars, and lately they've been making these F-hole. Single F-hole, what they're calling semi-hollow, with these very pretty, it's a decal, albeit, flame tops. Black, purple, blue. You've probably seen them. You've probably seen a couple of my reviews on them as well. And it's virtually an identical guitar to this. However, the lower horn is shorter and it's pointed. I think it's an attractive design. And on the back of the guitar, they have a carve over here, which this does not have. That lends itself to people that want to play higher a little bit more comfortably. So those are the two, main differences that I've noted on the guitars, and also the other major difference is the bridge on that F-hole or F-carved hole style guitar has a 6-saddle Strat-like bridge, where this has more of the traditional 3-saddle, 2 strings a saddle bridge. So those are, again, major differences between the two guitars. Pros and cons. Well, a 6-saddle bridge, I think, is better from an intonation standpoint. Probably will hold tune a little better. These are a little bit more challenging with the 2 strings per saddle to get them intonated. In fact, some say you will never get them, 100% intonated across the fretboard. But that, again, for some people that like this type of bridge, adds to the charm of the guitar. This is not a string through. Here's the back of the guitar. You can see it's a very attractive natural finish on here. Multiple piece body. I don't even know how many pieces there are, but there's a lot of different pieces of wood that went into making this guitar. But just it is attractive. You can see here the grain on the guitar. And this is a basswood body. The neck is a satin finished neck, very comfortable. And here is the back of the headstock with a serial number on it. Looks like a 2020 build, sealed tuners. A typical Grote Tele style guitar. I want to say this guitar probably weighs very close to what that, even though they claim it as being a semi-hollow guitar, weighs. The Grote, this is probably maybe 7.2, 7.5 pounds. That's my guess. Typical Tele. Here's the front. You can see it's got 2 singles, as all Teles do. It's got this lipstick-like pickup at the neck, and then the single coil embedded in the bridge. 3-saddle bridge. It has a volume and a tone control, knurled knobs, has a nice 3-way switch, and it feels very nicely made. It's not a flimsy, not a chintzy switch. It's got some good tension to it, not being overly with too much tension. And the pickguard is a single ply black pickguard on the guitar. Maple fretboard. This looks like the maple neck. They glued another maple fretboard on top of the maple neck. It has a basic plastic nut on it. The nut on here is cut well, and it looks like it's lined up properly. The strings do not look like they're out of alignment, so the nut looks like it's cut properly. Headstock is your typical Grote Tele headstock. Just says Grote on the top, not in gold, in black, and GT 150 Super Series 2019, which seems to be their logo on all of their guitars these days. Okay, anything else? The neck itself is comfortable. I would say it's it's definitely a 9.5-inch radius, and it's a typical C. It's not a full C or a thin C. It's a regular C, I would say. So again, it's not thick and not thin. I think it's a nice, nice size width to it and girth to it. It's very comfortable to the hand. I bought this because of the color. I have a couple of the other, F-hole guitars which I've reviewed. I'm not a big fan of the decal on the front, even though it's pretty and the flame is pretty. To me, it just feels like Formica, for lack of a better word. It doesn't feel real. And again, as I mentioned before, it looks very pretty from far, but up close you can see that it's clearly a fake top. This, being basswood, and although it's multiple pieces, I just like the way natural wood looks on the guitar against the black pickguard. So I bought this predominantly for that. I like these inexpensive tellies. This is $89.99 right now on Amazon. Might be $99.99, which is the normal price. There was a $10 off coupon. Amazon at any given time has these $10 off coupons appearing, so it's either $99.99 or $89.99. But I see a lot of reviews on YouTube for the Glary tellies, for beginners and students and people that want to play around on guitars and mod them. I want to tell you how my personal opinion is on how this thing compares to a Glary telly, for those that care, that are interested, because I've had a Glary telly before. I don't think there is a comparison. For the same price, roughly, I paid $89.99. The Glarys, I believe, are $87.99 or $86.99 on their website. There is no comparison. A Glary is definitely a work in progress right out of the box. You don't have a choice. And if you're giving it to a child, a beginner, someone that doesn't have any skills at all in terms of basic skills for setting up a guitar, I think it's a complete waste of money. The Glarys that I've gotten, and I've had several of them, all came with strings that were, a half an inch above the fretboard. That the guitar was unplayable out of the box, largely due to the fact that the nut on the guitar was raised way too high and had to be filed down in order to get any sort of acceptable action on the guitar. This thing out of the box, as you can see, it's not perfect action, but for someone that doesn't like super low action, this is playable right out of the box. I personally like action on the lower side, so I'll probably lower the action a hair, but nothing needs to be done. It can be played as is. The intonation on this guitar out of the box was perfect. Glarys are way off. At least the ones that I've had were way off out of the box. Fret ends. The fret ends on here are smooth. I can use a stocking like Phil McKnight does on his website. It's great. He tests the sharpness of the frets by putting a stocking over his hand, and if it shreds, you know that the fret ends are sharp. I don't have a stocking with me, unfortunately, but I can assure you that I'm not cutting my hand up and down the fretboard, so the fret ends are perfect. At least they took the time to sand them down and file them down before they shipped this out. Every Glary that I've gotten, I've cut my hand going up and down the neck. The frets were ridiculously sharp. Girth of the neck, and this is important for a child, for a beginner, someone just learning how to play the guitar. The Glary telly style guitars have necks that are like 59 Les Pauls. I mean, they're baseball bat necks in terms of girth. Very, very full, thick necks. Now, an established guitarist may love those types of necks. A beginner will not be able to play on that kind of a guitar. It'll just be too unwieldy for a beginner or a student to play on. This is a much more user-friendly neck for someone just learning how to play the guitar. So for those reasons, I would highly recommend, if you're starting out, if you're buying this for a child, if you're looking for a guitar for a child as a first guitar, I would definitely recommend a Grote over a Glary any day of the week. If you're modding a guitar, not so much, because you may be just using it to just to practice on, and either of these are fine for that. This guitar with the existing ceramic pickups, the existing nut, and the tuners. These tuners are not, professional grade tuners by any stretch. I mean, these are basic tuners. They hold tune. But I mean, if you're looking for good tuners, you're probably going to upgrade them or replace them with locking tuners or whatever. Similarly, these ceramic pickups, they sound okay. In fact, there's a lot of bite in this pickup. In the bridge position, this guitar has a nice tone, a nice quackiness to it. Would you put on better pickups if you're going out, touring, or you're recording, or you're playing out in a band? Absolutely, you'd want to put on better pickups. But again, if you're using this as an extra guitar around the house, learning on it or whatever, these pickups are more than sufficient as is. So this guitar you can leave in its exact state and just use it as a spare guitar or for a child to learn on. With a Glarry, right out of the box, you're going to have to be doing all sorts of setup things just to get the guitar playable where your child or student can feel comfortable playing the instrument. So again, for the price, I don't think you can beat a Grote. What else? I think I covered everything I really wanted to cover on the guitar. I think it's a great buy for the price. I don't think you can beat it for $99.99 or $89.99. I don't know how this company can do it. They used to ship with these dust cover gig bags. Now lately, the last couple of Grotes I've gotten don't have any gig bag at all. They're just you get the guitar and you get a little package like this with a cheap guitar cord in it, the truss rod to adjust the neck of the guitar, and you get I think one pick. Yeah, looks like a single pick in here, and that's it. You used to get a little flimsy gig bag. They don't do that anymore. My biggest complaint, and again, I'm going to harp on it, I'm going to say it probably 10 times over, with this company is they continue to ship these guitars out in a single box, which they did again with this. It's a styrofoam bag over the guitar, no case, no gig bag. They put it in the box. The box does have styrofoam in it. It is seated firmly in the box, but that's it. I mean, when this thing gets shipped from California, wherever the heck it comes from, and gets thrown around by UPS and FedEx, it's a real crapshoot that you're going to get a guitar without any sort of damage on it. I was lucky with this. I did not get any significant damage on here. Can't really be seen well, but there's a slight blemish towards the neck plate, towards the jack on the bottom of the guitar. Slight blem, but it's really nothing to scream about. That's it. I was lucky, but I don't see. They're taking a big chance shipping these things out in a single box. So that's Grote. If you're watching the video, or or care to hear. Package these things better and put them in a double box. For a couple of cents more and $1, it makes for a much better buying experience. So that's it, guys. Another Grote Tele. Hopefully this was helpful, informative. This was just a first impression video. I will plug this in at another time in another video and let you hear how the guitar sounds. These pickups are identical to what's on the F-carved, or what they call semi-hollow guitar. So there are several videos on YouTube that have those guitars where you can hear what it sounds like. Pickups are the same. Shouldn't sound much different. But again, this was just a first impression video. If you find these videos helpful, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to support the channel. Any questions you have regarding the guitar, fire them below. I'll do my best to answering them as quickly as possible. I will also put the link below on Amazon where I bought the guitar. So until the next time, folks, be well and stay safe. Take care.